Here comes a new challenger!
Hello there everyone, and welcome to the patch 11.0 wish list for nerfs and buffs. And let's just get one thing out of the way. Even though nerf is here, I don't think we're gonna need to nerf anyone. And of course, like last time, I won't be talking about any characters that got major buffs in the last patch, that being the only one, which was Fox. Fox is really the only one that got any major patch buffs, or whatever. So we're just gonna go in order. So Banjo, I think Banjo's fine right now. Come to think about it, I guess if there is one thing I'd buff, it would just be a little bit of the stun when it comes to the what's it called, when you have Kazooie, when you're holding Kazooie, essentially like the gun, you know what I mean? I would say that when you're up close, right, the eggs pop you up. It would be nice to have a bit more stun, hit stun when you pop up your opponent, you know, just to have, because like combos are super tight with that character. Like, it's super worth it, but like just add like a frame, like a couple of frames of leniency, because, you know, especially, you know, it can get kind of stressful trying to do those on the fly. But it is it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good, but that's only like one small buff, I'd say. Bayonetta, it's simple, it's just connection issues. Some of her moves can still whiff, because if you know, her whole point is that she's essentially like a Sheik. Or once she hits you, you get a lot of damage and you're put in a bad situation, and then you're supposed to take advantage of it. It's just that Bayonetta players aren't patient enough, and so when they feel like they're struggling to kill you, they're just gonna throw out smash attacks and you punish them for it, and then they say their character is bad. Which the character is, you know, in some cases, because you essentially have to play Bayonetta's game in order to, you know, beat her. You know, she makes you play an entirely different game, so it kind of sucks. Bowser, simple. It's really just his tech rolls. His rolls suck. His tech rolls essentially allow him to constantly be put in disadvantage. Once he's in disadvantage, there's nothing he can do. So the fact that he has like no burst options, and the fact that he, well, kind of just dies when you hit him, it's kind of bad, and it's really bad. Ganondorf is like a prime example, right? Like, I consider Ganondorf the worst character in the game, and once he hits you with the side B, you're just put in a tech chase, and now as Ganon you have like so many options, while Bowser literally has none because of how bad his tech roll is. It's really bad. Bowser Jr., if I can name a couple buffs, it'd be 1, Mecha Koopa buffs, and 2 is recovery. So I'd say it's like two small buffs. Because this Mecha Koopa loses to shield, it's really stupid. I really don't like that it loses to shield. Alright, me personally. That's just how I am. Byleth, it's mainly just up B, make it a better out of shield option. I mean, Nair is a really good one, but if up B is supposed to be, you know, like the unique thing about Byleth, it still kind of sucks. And then secondly, don't allow it to, you know, kinda, I don't know, maybe don't allow it to be so easily be DIable. There's a way you can DI Byleth up B that no matter what option Byleth does, it just won't hit. So yeah, there's that. I think air movement would be like the third thing, I would say. Or actually no, you know what? I'll put him up here, because I'm also thinking about the arrow. I think the arrow should be buffed as well. Kind of feels like when you try canceling it, I believe you only have 3 frames to cancel it, so but that's not really an issue. That's just some trivia. When it comes to the arrow, I just want it, either allow me to cancel from the full animation, because the fact that Sephiroth, for instance, can cancel at any point his neutral B, right? Especially when that thing literally kills you at 0. Byleth and arrow won't kill you at 0. Alright, it just won't kill you at 0. But Sephiroth neutral B will, because it combos in the F smash and you die at 0, literally. Alright, or you could do other options, like against Bowser, he won't die at 0, right? You think so, but you could just snap him with side B because of Tough Guy, and now Bowser has all these orbs around him, then he gets neutral beat, and then he gets F smash. Like, there's no winning with Bowser. Oh well. Anyway, so there's that. There's Byleth. I think Falcon is fine where he is. I don't think he needs any buffs or nerfs. I mean, the only buff I guess you can consider is just side B hitting, but it hits so often that like I don't know. There are times where it misses, but that's mainly because of how hurtbox shifting is, and not primarily because he himself is actually having bad hitboxes. It's just the characters he's fighting against who just shift their bodies in weird ways. Chrom is fine. I mean, Charizard's fine. Chrom is fine. Cloud, just don't leave gaps in between limit side B, because did you know that in limit side B you can roll in between the second and third hit, and well, I think it's 4 hits, right? So the second and third hit, and you essentially avoid the final hit, and you could punish Cloud for it. I don't know if you guys knew that, but if you didn't, now you do. And also just buff cross slash in general. It feels so weak. Like, out of all Cloud's limit moves, why does Blade Beam feel like the best one? Corrin, I've made a video about it. Corrin was significantly buffed, but there's one thing, and that is jab. Jab has this weird gap in between the second hit of jab and the third hit slash rapid jab, which means you can jump out of Corrin's jab when Corrin's trying to pressure you with the jab. So they have they hit you on their shield, like they hit you on your shield, and they have like literally no option against you, because now they're stuck in rapid jab, and you could just hit them, or you could punch them, like again Ganon down dare F smash or dare up smash, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, it's just like a simple answer, like all your characters go like combo you like for crazy damage. Dark Pit's fine. Diddy Kong I think is fine. Then we have DK, simple stuff. Just boost the recovery up a bit, like let it go a bit higher. You know, DK is like the thing goes absolutely nowhere horizontally. It's only really good I mean vertically, sorry, it goes nowhere vertically. Somewhat good horizontally, but still DK practically dies off stage. Some of his tilts are negative on hit, so that kind of sucks. That kind of blows. You know, you should be rewarded when you hit the opponent, not punished for it. So that's always fun. You know what I mean? That's a fun time. He also has some connection issues with things like down B in the air and other such moves. Up B still works fine though. That's fine. I mean, I say some moves, but the only move is down B. That's it. And sometimes aerial up B misses, but I've had that, like, that's so rare for me to see, like super rare, so I don't know. Like, I don't think that's really an issue, but the main thing is just negative on hit, buff up B, and fix his hurtbox, because, man, the way he hurtbox shifts is so insane. It's so insane. You could, like, as an example, you could try to tipper with Marth, and it'll still miss on DK. Meanwhile, you can fail to get a tipper with Byleth, and it'll still tipper on DK. Like that's how whack it is. And I know, because I've experienced it on both ends. I've done it, and whatever. So, anyways, Dr. Mario. The only issue with Dr. Mario is his speed. You know, like he struggles to get in, but once he's in, like once he puts you in a corner, you're kind of done. So really, it's one of those things where he just loses to swords. But like, one of the only things I'd say is just improve his up B distance, because up B distance literally goes nowhere, right? Because he essentially shares the exact same how do I say weaknesses as Mario, being range, but he's just so much worse in that aspect. And the thing is that, like, Dr. Mario isn't that hard to like just keep away, you know what I mean? So I guess it is what it is, you know. Dr. Mario, he's definitely needs some buffs here and there. I'll say that much. Duck Hunt. I feel like they're gonna remove the multi-hit glitch with Duck Hunt, right? Like they're gonna remove that, where if you shoot the cannon at the same frame as like your smash attacks, get extra damage for it. It's quite insane. I feel like they're gonna remove that though, which is gonna be a nerf. You know, that's gonna suck. But if we're gonna talk about things that the character needs, I would just say it just needs a few minor things, like just more kill power on some moves, you know, because or like moves that are meant to kill, just give them better kill power, right? Because he can struggle to kill, you know, which is unfortunate. But I do think Duck Hunt is cool. And the only other thing that I would say is just remove the aerial lag of side B. Like, Like, now when he lands on the ground, that's fine. I'm just talking about when he does it in the air. It's so long. It's so absurdly long for the amount of lag he has when he does side B in the air. Like, it's insane. Alright, moving on, though. Falco's fine. This character is stupid. Like I said, we won't talk about Fox. Ganondorf, it's just his movement. Like, and I guess some connection issues, but that's about it. Like, his movement and connection issues are his only problem. That's just it. Like, everything else about him is good. It's just that those things suck so much. You know what I mean? Greninja, he's fine. It's just game mechanics that hurt him. Like, you literally have to rely on instant double jump aerials just to get your go confirms off. But otherwise, Greninja's fine. I guess connection issues would be one thing. Like, I've seen times where up smash would miss and stuff. But some multi hits. That's really about it. You know what I mean? Hero. I think Hero is fine where he is. I don't think Hero needs any buffs or nerfs. You know, the only thing I would say is just give the character some icons or something, so we get over this language barrier that this character sadly provides. Really bad. You know what it is. Just keep fixing Nana. I still see that character act whack. You know, otherwise they're fine. It's just that Ice Climbers' main weakness is that once you know the matchup and how to avoid their zero death combos, you know, they just kind of lose. Especially against Soris, like, there's nothing they can do. And they have the worst grab in the game. You know, they're grapplers, but have the worst grab in the game. It's kind of funny in that way. And I mean in terms of hitbox, gosh, it's so small. Ike is really good where he is right now. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where it's like, you have to understand the character. I think Ike is really good. And Cinnamoroar, it's really just movement. Again, like, it's always movement. So that's the problem with a lot of these slower characters, that the slower characters are really good, but they're held back by their movement. You know, it's a platform fighter, not a one-on-one, you know, fighting game where you're just stuck in the same place, right? Like, same playing field. You know, if Incineroar was like in Street Fighter or like Marvel vs. Capcom, bro, he'd be crazy. But because once he corners you, where are you gonna go? But in Smash, it's like, oh, I could just jump on platforms and avoid you. Lol. Inkling's fine. Isabelle just sucks. The rolls, I mean, it sucks at disadvantage. Hates stealing, hates being pressured all the time. That's really about it, because this character's annoying. You know, with pretty good frame data and aerials. You know, it's just a worse Smash 4 Villager. Villager's kind of worse than Smash 4 Villager, so this is like a worse version of a character. You know what I mean? Because, like, I mean, the only thing obnoxious about Isabelle is Fishing Rod and Down B, but only when Isabelle's pressuring you. You just gotta be patient. Down B is also pretty easy to avoid, in all honesty. And I've seen I've fallen out of it before, so I don't know if that thing has connection issues. Never, you know, never really felt it that much, but maybe there is. Who knows? Ivysaur is good. Joker's good. You know, I haven't seen any issues with him. Jigglypuff is fine right now, I'd say. It's just character mainly relies on edge guarding, and grounded options aren't that great. You know, rollout is like a useless move. You can still catch people off guard with it, but that's really about it. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Ken, connection issues, and you know, to that extent Ryu, same thing. For those who don't know, when you jab, right, with Ryu and Ken with Rage, for instance, jab 1 and 2, the Rage pushes them away so far that you literally can't get anything off of jab 2, and jab 1 has so little hit stun that if you try going for Shoryuken, your opponent can literally shield in between those hits. Mind you, Shoryuken's frame 6 in terms of the hitbox, and you can still avoid it. It's kind of sad. So that's what I would buff on those two characters, right? And I made those characters, so I know what I'm talking about. I think they're fine. I would know, you know? So it is what it is with Ryu and Ken. Really good characters. Fun fact, Ryu's coming to Fortnite. I guess I'm going back to play that game again. Oh boy. It's mainly just his disjoints. Kinda suck. He also has like this really weird hitbox for his F smash that does like no damage. It's really strange. It's mainly just hitboxes. Because like for instance, a lot of his moves are supposed to be like safe, right? Or like safe to throw out in a sense, or not, because his hurtbox is bigger than the hitboxes themselves. Kind of sad. Like, I believe like Nair is an example of that, where like the Nair hurtbox is bigger than the Nair hitbox. You know what I mean? Kind of sad in that respect. K-Rool's fine. Y'all just don't know, bro. K-Rool's stupid. K-Rool's stupid. Kirby, aerial speed, I think would help this character a lot, or grounded speed. One of the two, not both. Both would be toxic. And down air. Down air sucks. Like all his other, and I mean in terms of comboing, like it's not the greatest. I mean you can combo from it, but only like with like very good timing, you know. Otherwise, you know, your other aerials are much better for comboing. I guess like Fair would also have like connection issues, but that's about it. Link is fine right now. Little Mac is mainly just buff his aerials, buff the armor of neutral B, not KO punch, and buff KO punch's armor because it's only like 3 frames. It's ridiculous, you know. And just make his, you know, like I said, make his aerials combo tools. That's really about it. Oh, and allow him to have side B back. You know, when he does it, he gets hit, doesn't have it anymore. Like that's so stupid. Like why doesn't he get his side B back after he gets hit? Like that's so dumb. Lucario, a lot of his moves don't work. Like you can escape side B. If you know how to use Lucario's counter against him, you can literally shield it. Frame data sucks. Recovery sucks. Hitboxes suck. I already mentioned frame data, I think. But yeah, those are those. Combos kind of suck. Heavily relies on aura near the end, but can still die pretty early because he's lighter than most average characters. You know, and he's super weak. From like 0 to 8, like he's not really a character until he reaches 80% with equal stock count. And even when the stock counts aren't even, like let's say like your Lucario, you have 1 stock, they have 3. Yeah, sure, Lucario will have more aura, but you're still not a character until you reach like 50%. You know what I mean? And by that point, if they go to their 2nd stock, you'll likely already be a kill percent, more than likely. It's just that against characters like Lucario or Little Mac, you can't have fear. The moment you have fear, you lose. Just so we're aware of this. All right, moving on. Lucas. Lucas always feels like just side B the character, side B neutral B the character, but I know that's not just it because he has like Zair combos and stuff like that. So I don't really know if he needs buffs or not. You know what I mean? Like I don't really know if he needs buffs or not because I haven't seen so much on Lucas. Like no one ever really talks about Lucas. The most I've seen of Lucas is Blucas, but that's about it. You know, and I don't hear Blucas ever complain about the character, so I don't really think he needs anything, at least right now. Like from what I've seen and from what I've played, never feels like he does. Lucina, just connect Nair better. That's about it. Doesn't need anything else. Luigi, rework this character, bro. Character's supposed to be a grappler, but he kills you at 0. I never played a game where the grappler kills me at 0 because he got a grab off. Maybe in fighters. Maybe UI Goku and Z Broly have made me feel that way. But in Smash, like Luigi, he gets combos off of grab. He doesn't even need his grab for like for 0 deaths. He has an amazing up B out of shield. And like his literally his whole weakness is his neutral bad and his recovery is bad. But his neutral isn't terrible. I would suggest watching, I believe, Elegant. Like Elegant, man, he doesn't even rely on the grab combos from what I've seen. He's just so good. Luigi's a good character. That's what I hate about him. But he's so like I think my problem is that he's obnoxious as well, right? He has a reversal, really good out of shield option, an RNG side B, which RNG can be obnoxious. At least with Hero, you can kind of see it coming outside of his smash attacks. But with Luigi, it's like it just happens and you lose. you lose your stock, especially at times when you're trying to edge guard him, and then he does that, and you essentially lose because you couldn't react to the unreactable side B. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't constantly be like, oh, I have to expect it at some point, right? That's so dumb. So yeah, kind of feels like this character has no real direction and where he wants to go. It just kind of feels like they want to make him a combo character, but also a grappler, but also like a character with like bad neutral, but then he has like projectile and a reversal. And it doesn't feel like Luigi has a direction where he wants to go in. He just is, you know what I mean? Mario's fine. Marth, it's just tippers, man. Like the tipper hitboxes are so whack. And what I mean by that is the sour spots overlap the sweet spot, which most of the hitboxes don't do. Like most hitboxes for other characters like sour and sweet spots, they don't have that issue. So that's why it's so much easier to get their sweet spots and not Marth's. People will say, well, with Marth, if you do the tippers, you'll be rewarded, right? But that's not always the case, because even with tippers, you're not always gonna get rewarded, you know? Like, why do I feel that out of all the Marths, right? Marth, Lucina, Roy, and Chrom, like Roy is the best one out of all of those. Oh, but Roy and Marth play differently from each other. Just barely, I'm gonna be honest. You know, Marth keeps you away. Roy, if he had the same mechanic, would still be better. You know? Because Roy doesn't... not the same mechanic, same playstyle, right? Where you're being patient, keeping away your opponent. People say like, well, no, that's not true because Roy has base, but his sours are much better connecting into his sweet spots than Marth's, right? He has a better up air, for instance, because his up air actually hits behind him. You know, some of his moves actually have hitboxes where they need to be and should be. Marth doesn't. It's very awkward. Kind of hate it for that reason alone, honestly. So yeah, that's my opinion on Marth. Mega Man, I think he's fine. It's just really hard character to learn. Meta Knight, I think he's fine. He's stupid, bro. Character's dumb. Mewtwo, you all know what I'm gonna say. His tail, that's literally it. You remove, you cut that tail hurtbox in half, instant top tier, I promise you. Instant top tier. I promise you an instant top tier. Me Brawler's fine. Me Gunner. Yeah, I said me Fighter, right? But me Brawler's fine. Me Gunner's fine. It's just me Swordy who just needs a rework. He relies on the gimmick. He's a gimmick character. And once you know what the gimmick is, you know the matchup, you beat him. You do. There's nothing me Swordy can do about it. And then all of his other and most of his customs suck anyways. So like literally, I've rarely known me Swordies that don't use Tornado at all. Because his other neutral beats just suck. Next we have Min Min. I think she's annoying. She is. Because I play her. And I played against her. I know the character's annoying. But does annoying automatically mean should nerf? I don't think so. Same really applies with Game Watch. He's annoying. He's super annoying. You know, if there was one thing I would nerf, it's just his cooldown on his smash attacks. Like, those feel lagless. When you try to punish him, because it's the way Game Watch's animations work, like the way he's designed, it's so awkward to hit him at sometimes, man. It's so awkward to hit him. He's it is so. But then again, you know, like I said, just because it's annoying doesn't mean you should nerf it. It's just so annoying, super annoying. Ness is fine. This is fine. Character's stupid. You don't even know. Literally has Falk Shine built into his move, so that's crazy. Pac-Man's fine. Palu's fine. It's Palu, I know, but he's fine. No real worries. Pizza's obnoxious, but that's really about it. Pichu, just bring him back, bro. if not the damage, at least that F tilt. Bring back Pichu F tilt, bro. That's one thing. That's it, really. And also, I mean, I don't know, man. It's so stupid that his hurt box is bigger than Pikachu's. But speaking of Pikachu, it's annoying again. But I don't think he should be nerfed. Pikmin and Olimar. I don't know. I think they're fine right now. At least those are my thoughts. I don't think it's just I don't know. I haven't heard from like any Olimar players, but then again, that could just be Wi-Fi. Maybe Olimar sucks on Wi-Fi. You know, I haven't heard from Myron at all, or Shuton or whatever. Who knows? Maybe they're fine. Maybe they're not. Piranha Plant, just buff. Patui's good, but it kind of feels like he only relies on Patui. Yeah, that's basically Reworry. It feels like Piranha Plant, like it relies on Patui. All of its other moves don't work. You know what I mean? Good dash attack. You know, it's a good burst option. Otherwise, you know, it's a gimmick. You're mainly relying on one tool, because the other tools they suck. you know. So that's what I have to say about Piranha Plant. Pit is fine. Character's stupid. You know, Pit and Dark Bear are so dumb. Y'all don't even know. I do want to make a video on buffing the or not buffing, but showing characters that are, you know, they're sleeper picks. Y'all don't even know. I'm telling you. I know what I know. Anyways, moving on. Ridley. I've made a whole video about him. He's my most recent Smash analysis, so just go watch that. You can see my thoughts on that character. Rob is fine. Annoying, fine. Robin's main thing, just why is it when he doesn't have tomes, he has so much lag? Like, I feel personally that you should be able, like Arcfire, a perfect example. Arcfire has like more lag when you don't have the actual tome than when you do have the tome, which is stupid. Like, have it have less lag. You can use that as a fake out. Like, let's say your opponent thinks you're about to charge it, and so you do the animation, they shield, and then boom, you grab them or something like that, right? You buff their grab range. Like, doesn't that sound cool? Right? Like a character that mixes you up. You know, tactician. You know, planning ahead. All right. Instead, you're just arc fired at ledge. You know, you have crazy advantage state, but once you run out of your tools, then you're just throwing out aerial smash attacks to just get your 11 sword faster. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. Rosalina, fine. Roy's fine. Samus, I guess upbeat connection issues. I've fallen out of it plenty of times, but that's about it. Sephiroth, he's new. Like, he's way too new, so obviously we're not gonna talk about him. Sheik, again, just connection issues. Things like F tilt up air, for whatever reason, when you try doing that combo, the up air will miss. That's really stupid. Like you'll get a hit, and then for whatever reason, the other hits won't hit. You know what I mean? Really weird, really dumb, really dumb, really dumb. Shulk just has this weird interaction with Byleth that kind of makes it so Byleth is it's because of Shulk's invincibility during Monado. So yeah, you know what? We're just gonna make it a separate category here, where we just put Byleth upbeat, right? We'll just call it Byleth upbeat. All right. No wait. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. All right, that's about it. All right, Belmont's definitely buffs, not just any small buffs. Like, give his whip attacks a bit more active frames, like 2 or 3 more, because some of his moves only last for like 1 frame. Increase the hitbox just a wee bit, please. And also, like, why is his priority so bad with his smash attacks? Like, and not his smash attacks, with his whip attacks. Like, his whip attacks have such low priority, it's insane. Like, it's insane. That's something about Corrin too. I guess I should have mentioned. You know, Corrin has bad priority too on some of their moves. Like, help the balance out, bro. That's crazy. You know? And, of course, connection issues. They still have it. Buff up B to kill at least at 150, you know? The fact that you can live up to, like, 180 to 200 for, like, most characters, like, mid to heavyweights is ridiculous. Of course, you have to see it coming at those higher percents, but if you know the up B's coming, like, it's, like, literally, it's never gonna kill you, alright? And you can kill them at, like, 20. Pretty stupid. And fix some of their hitboxes. So yeah, there's that. Sonic's fine. Sonic's just annoying. That's really it, right? If there is one thing I would say is just, like, if there is one nerf, I would say, it's if homing attack hits your shield, then you shouldn't be able to, like, just run away because of it. You know what I mean? Because now that he can control the timing of the homing attack, like, you think you could spot dodge it, but if you're any early, like, if you're too early, you get hit, and if you're too late, well, then you can't really, you can sort, like, if you're too late, you'll still get hit. So, like, there's this, like, timing in between where you don't get hit and then you can punish him. But it has to be a fast move, it can't be a slow move, because if it is a slow move, you're not going to punish him either way. So that's, like, I guess that's the only nerf I would say, is just homing attack on shield. Because it's already bad enough that, like, things like side B and down B already have, like, invincibility and super good priority, you know? So neutral B would just be, like, the only thing, in my personal opinion. Squirtle's fine. Steve, he's annoying, but I have no thoughts on him yet. Terry, a lot of his moves just don't connect all too well. Really easy to SDI. People don't tell you this, but did you know that Terry, compared to Ryu and Ken, suck? Terry just has so many issues when it comes to his moves actually connecting properly. And, it's just that Terry's whole thing is that he makes you afraid. That's it. That's it. He relies on you making mistakes constantly. Like, a lot of his combos, if you ever watched, like, people play Terry, you might notice, like, characters like air dodge, they'll air dodge, or they will do an option, right? You can see them do another animation before Terry lands a confirm. You just get hit. You know what I mean? Character's not as good as, like, Ryu and Ken. My personal opinion. Maybe arguably Ken. Ryu's definitely the best out of the three, though. But yeah. Anyways, Snake is... I didn't mention Snake, did I? Snake is fine. Snake's fine, though. Toon Link, just make him more unique. It kind of feels like he's trying to be a bit of adult Link and young Link, but fails at being both. You know what I mean? It just kind of needs a new direction. My personal opinion. Villager, I think is fine. It's just, I don't know. I just think a lot of people just don't play Villager. You know, it's kind of like Smash 4, how everyone thought Villager sucked in Smash 4, and then Renai showed up and everyone thought this character was like a high tier. I think it's just the right player that needs to play him, you know? I think that's my personal opinion. Wario, there is one thing, just up smash is negative on hit. You should be rewarded for hitting the opponent. But you hit this character at 0. That was like one clip, for instance, where Wario up smashed a Falco at 0. Falco said, "Oh, oh, okay. Then say goodbye to your stock." And the Wario lost because his move was negative on hit. On hit, on shield is one thing, but on hit, I mean, I know Wario up smash sucks, but come on, bro. That's like that bad. Wii Fit's fine. This was a really stupid character. Wolf is fine. Again, just really stupid character. Yoshi. I don't want to say anything on Yoshi, because I don't know the people's opinions on him. It always shifts from like high tier to mid tier or whatever. I don't know. I think Yoshi's just, again, one of those, needs the right player. Young Link, I don't like. Again, same thing, connection issues. Even though they literally buffed up like his up B to avoid connection issues, it still misses. Like, they fixed it for Toon Link, but not for Young Link. It's kind of funny. Zelda, just buff up the funny Phantom, you know, because Phantom's not really a good trapping tool. It's like one of those things where it's like, once you know what Zelda wants and what she gets, and like how she wants to get you, you know, sure, she'll catch you off guard, like, for the first few games. But after that, you'll just win. And there's nothing Zelda will do about it. So, there's that. And finally, Zersuit. Just fair connection, and that's about it, really. I think that's it. As for me, nah, I have no feelings like towards Pyra and Mythra yet, since we haven't seen what they're capable of yet. So yeah, I can't wait for that Sakurai Presents, which will be in March. So we only have to wait like 8 more days, and then see when in March they'll start talking about the character. But for now, you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is my buffs and Nerfs Wishlist. So quick overview: homing attack, Byleth up B, rework them, have some of their moves have better connection, just a few buffs, some bigger buffs on these guys, and fix Lucario desperately. I think that's about it. I don't really have much thoughts on anyone else. So with that all being said, you know, if you think like, for instance, like with Lucas, perfect example, if you thought that I was missing anything with Lucas, let me know in the comments below, or any character that I didn't end up putting on this list, or tell me your thoughts. Like, what do you guys think? And do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I smell bad? You know, there we go. I was just trying to move it up a bit more, and there you go. That's the full list. Alright everyone, take care, be safe, let's get to 1,000 subs, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Peace!